What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 255 of Community Universe Mode in edition number 61 of Thursday Night Genesis. My friends, now just 2 weeks away from the second annual CyberSlam, where the power is in the hands of the people. The CMV Universe will vote on every single matchup that will go down next Sunday. There's already a couple of options up on our website. If you are not a member of our website, communityuniverse.4emotion.com, you can register not only to have your voice heard and cast your ballot, but also if you want your call on the show, you are more than welcome. You can do exclamation point CMV or exclamation point join to see these simple rules on how to sign up with us step by step. And of course, a link to the website. Like I said, already 3 matches up there for the CyberSlam card. Number 1 is, who would you like to see challenge that man right there, Randy Borton, the Moo Moo Man, the 2018 King of the Ring winner for the CMV International Championship, and you can vote for anybody that you would like on the entire Genesis roster. There's also a poll up there for who you would like to see challenge Timmy Boy for the Alpha World Championship, and our newest poll asks which type of matchup you would like to see Ryan Kent defend his light heavyweight title in. But guys, indeed, kicking off the show here tonight, it is the return of the hypothetical Kung Fu practitioner, the one, the only Kevin Lee, who had a pretty long hiatus during Season 3, post-Ascendance. He was gone for, 3-4 months, and he had just returned at the end of the season. He only had 2 matches, I think. He closed out the season with a victory alongside Empire Pain, defeating Webb, but he returns to singles competition here tonight, one half of perhaps the greatest CMV tag team of all time, 2-time tag team champion alongside our Alpha World champion, Timmy Boy. The man who could punch you in the back of the motherfucking face, Kevin Lee. What is up, though, guys? What's up, Timmy Boy, Gumble, Maury, Corey? Welcome to the stream. Another action-packed card, as always. And Kevin Lee with a huge opportunity. I can already tell you that, might hint that Kevin here, old Lee Boy, might have a couple of votes already to be Randy Borton's challenger for the title at CyberSlam. And what a chance here to, maybe get other people behind him to vote for him if he can defeat the champ right here to open up the card. Randy Borton, of course, Randy Borton. I'm turning into the witch doctor here. Oh, music. Thank you, Maury. We didn't get to hear Kevin Lee's music. We'll get Borton's, though. That's what matters, right? No, I'm just kidding. Forgot, though. Look at them jeans. But, of course, it was Randy Borton who went through all those trials and tribulations last week, winning not 1, but 2 matches to win that belt that is currently firmly around his waist, defeating out Andrew Briggs and Kenji Murakami in that triple threat match. We'll, later on in the evening, actually see Andrew Briggs go one-on-one with Kenji Murakami, as both of them looking to bounce back following that loss. Randy Borton adding yet another championship to his stacked resume. Can he kick off his reign the right way, though? That is the question. And our main event tonight, guys, is going to be an absolute thriller, as Furious Frank will do battle with Ryan Kent, our CMB Light Heavyweight Champion. Furious Frank, one of the options that you can vote for CyberSlam is who you'd like to see challenge Tim LaFave for the Alpha World Championship after Furious Frank pinned him in that triple threat match last week. The other option, of course, is Bob Luger, or you can vote to see Frank and Luger compete on the pre-show with the winner facing Timmy Boy on the main card. So a big chance for Frank to get momentum later on in the main event. Also a chance for Ryan Kent to prove he still belongs up top with the big dogs. But that is later on, my friends. Right now, it's time to see the Milkman do what he does best. Get out that golden shovel. He don't care. He don't give none. That Kevin Lee's back. Kicking off the night. Here we go. Referee rings that bell. Kevin Lee, who has dropped a substantial amount of weight over the 2-week break, and even before that, when he was gone after Ascendance, to qualify for the light heavyweight division. Kevin Lee says that he's coming for that light heavyweight championship of Ryan Kent. Of course, we know Ryan Kent with that harsh breakup from X-Gen, which Kevin Lee was a member of. Perhaps if Kevin Lee can get the victory here, depends which match type gets voted in. Of course, Ryan Kent, the poll asks if you would like to see Kent defend in a singles match, a fatal four-way, or a six-man ladder match. So again, a win here for Kevin Lee could perhaps score him a spot to challenge old Kent, the fire starter. What up, Borton? The big guy. And now Kevin Lee lifting Borton to his feet. What a victory it would be for Kevin Lee to return defeating the international champion. You can definitely see the weight that Lee has dropped here. And he's got a man bun now. Genesis is home of the man buns. Is that 4 man buns? Well, we got the Greyhounds, plus Kenji, and now Kevin Lee. 4 man buns. Look at that stable going, man. As Borton taking flight, but misses that frog splash attempt via the springboard. And now Kevin Lee with a kick straight to the face. Those vicious kicks we've come to know from Kevin Lee. Absolutely devastating. Borton going to have to try to avoid those. Especially that finishing roundhouse kick that Kevin Lee likes to use. Now, nice suplex there. Grabbing a hold of the gooch. Back suplex now by Borton, the king of the back suplexes. Of course, a lot more to get to here tonight as well. We'll see Rise make their in-ring debut after their complete obliteration of the Empire of Pain last week. So much so that Bison and Duo Maxwell aren't here tonight, but we'll see what Rise can get done in that ring. They'll be taking on an alliance between Jammin' Jack Connor and Kobayashi. Oh, Borton, look at this move. Thunderbomb already looking to wrap things up. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Borton absolutely squashed Bob Storm last week in that qualifying match. Remember, the match lasted like 2 minutes. He's looking to do the same to Kevin Lee here tonight. Not going to be a happy return with the Borto end. Making sure there's no rope break shenanigans coming into play. Hooks that leg. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, though. Kevin Lee ain't no pushover. Not saying that Bob Storm just got unlucky last week. I mean, Borton was heading into the season with, you know, just intentions of getting that championship around his waist. It's a title he's never had before. Of course, Azrael, the former champion, having to relinquish the belt after suffering a severe injury, a torn quad. At Exodus, as Borton up top with the HBK-esque elbow drop. And Borton is just tearing into Kevin Lee right now. Grabs him by that man bun. Back to his feet. Irish whip into the corner. Kevin Lee could be in big time trouble here. Eats a boot to the jaw. Those staggers. Borton Kevin out of the corner. And a reversal fest 1999 up in here, Mari. As now we get a release suplex toss. Another pinfall attempt by Borton here. He's looking to finish things up quickly. Keep himself fresh for whoever's coming his way at CyberSlam. And here's a tweet from LF Wrestling towards Tim. I'm not too sure who this is, but whomever is letting out this tweet says, "What a weakling. I train you to be a top-tier superstar, and you get injured the first show after winning a major title? Disgusting." So, I don't know who this is, but apparently they're saying they trained Tim. I'm not too sure. That's a very weird tweet, but look in the ring right now, guys. After countering Borton's signature goal, going for a looping palm strike. I guess maybe he changed up his style a little bit. No more roundhouse hakika, but Borton able to counter that. Doesn't want to get his jaw knocked clean off. A couple of teeth down his throat. As Borton, what is he going for here? Go home driver. That's new from the Moo Moo Man. 1, 2. Just a 2 count, though. Kevin Lee sticking in it for now. As Borton going to go to the corner, maybe looking for this the Mooper kick. Nah, kicks the knee out. Kevin Lee back to his feet, trying to stay in it. Drags Borton to the middle of the ring. Back suplex of his own. Battle of the back suplexes here. Oh, and Kevin Lee's feeling it. Look at them jeans, though. Look at them jeans, babe. Those are some sexy-ass jeans. I don't know if Kevin Lee was maybe looking for a comeback or just doing a little bit of a jig there. I can neither confirm nor deny, but Borton back in control. Now an elbow drop to the thigh, the most devastating maneuver in all of CMV. What's up, Dynamic? Borton looking for a second Borto end. If he gets this off, I'm going to say it's over. Borto end a second time. Drives Lee neck first into the canvas, right into the pin this time. Not playing around. 1, 2, 3, and Borton picks up the victory. Kicking off his reign the right way. And DG, you're a little bit late, Dynamic. You caught the end of this match. Borton getting the victory here over the returning Kevin Lee. Maybe that'll change a couple people's minds who, as I said, have already voted for him to actually challenge Borton. Maybe not. Maybe he'll get a second chance. I'm not too sure. We still got 2 weeks to vote, so if you have not yet, don't worry. Of course, the full ballot is not up, so every single match, though, will have a stipulation, a poll attached to it. Kevin Lee showing his heart, kicking out of a Borto end as well as that go-home driver right there. But Borton catching with a second Borto end, and it would be all over. What up, Kenji? Just dropping in to say hi. Kenji's got a match later on tonight. Like I said, we'll see him take on Andrew Briggs as both men looking to get that momentum after losing the international title match last week. But here's Borton celebrating that victory as the referee checks on Kevin Lee. Borton looking to have a dominant run as the international champion. Soaking it all in. Not a great return for Kevin Lee, but hopefully we can see him bounce back somehow. Again, he seems to be gunning for Ryan Kent in that light heavyweight championship. See if maybe he can get a spot in the title match. Again, the poll asks, which type of bout would you like to see Kent defend his title in? A singles match, a fatal four-way, or a six-man ladder match? The fans could really screw Kent if they want to here. Though I'm not going to take anything away from Kent, one of the greatest, not one of the, is the greatest light heavyweight champion of all time. Record-breaking amount of defenses, 9 now, after defeating Jeremy Blake last week. One of the greatest champions of all time, not just light heavyweight champion. Ryan Kent is amazing. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but the odds are definitely stacked against him in a four-way and a six-man ladder match. But up next, guys, we're going to see the debut of Rise in ring, taking on Jammin' Jack Connor and Kobayashi here. It was last week that Rise made their emphatic on-screen debut by brutally assaulting the Empire Pain after their victory against Heaven or Hell. Completely obliterating the Barbarian and the God of Death. So much so, as I said earlier, they are not here tonight. In fact, reports are saying that Bison might have a torn bicep after Rise targeted his arm, his spearing arm, with a steel chair. Absolutely just demolished them. It was 4-on-2. So the odds weren't exactly in the Empire of Pain's favor. But I can assure you this, when Bison and Duo do come back, Rise are going to have hell to pay. And Rise, I can tell you this much. We haven't heard from them yet. I'm being told that we will hear from them either tonight or sometime next week, but I can tell you this, these four men, we see Sebastian Vachon and Murdoch, who are going to be in action, and Sean Silva ringside for them. Also, Nikola Ivanovic, the fourth member. But I can tell you they have been in CMV's developmental program for years now. Perhaps saying enough is enough and wanting to break in on their own. Not going to play by the rules no longer. Again, we're going to hear from them tonight or either next week. But tonight, for sure, we're going to see what they can get done inside of that ring. It was Jammin' Jack Connor who actually debuted last week on the live event, suffering a loss to Dmitry Nurmagomedov. This is Kobayashi's first match of the season. Former tag team partner of, I can't even remember his name, to be honest. I can't remember his name, but one half of High Voltage last season. Never really got off the ground. Kobayashi got maybe a handful of victories,